Yeah, Chronic, as soon as Chronic's ready, we're going to start in game 1. 2 EU server games, followed by 2 US East server games, followed by 1 more EU, and then 2 US East to finish. That is the server order that Zen has opted for. Chronic from Chicago with 116 ping. Where would you put Chronic in NA right now? If we're talking, well, if you ignore Jan and yourself, Jack, as a new import talent to the region. Me personally, I think Chronic's like a clear 4th place NA after the big 3 of First Killer, Daniel, AJ.
Yeah.
Not sure if that, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I might put Chronic over AJ.
Ooh. We'll see, because AJ wasn't able to get a game off Zen. So Chronic can one-up him with a single game here. Zen making a return after the win streak that he was on came to an abrupt end at the hand of Rawas. Did you watch that series, or you watched the Rawas Zen series?
Yeah, I did. That was crazy. I thought that Zen looked a little off, but I think it was because Rawas was like, he was pre-jumping so much that it was forcing Zen to be scared a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he definitely got him out of his comfort zone.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It took a while though.
Wow.
I mean, even Rawas took a couple games before he could figure out Zen's offense.
Mm-hmm.
Got to use the new peak buzzword of the Rocket League community for all the VOD and YouTube viewers. Figure out is the current meta. So we've got to try and sneak that in there if we can. Just really quickly, a couple of people asking why is game sound quiet. It's because if I make game sound louder, then Jack's gonna Discord audio volume will blow all of your guys' eardrums up. So we're just quieter game sound today. That's why. You've played a lot, or have you? Oh, hold on.
Not sure about that one.
Chronic's figured out a way to get Zen to completely miss the ball. What do you think about Chronic's 1v1 style? You've played a bunch against him on stream. How would you describe Chronic as a ones gamer?
Obviously very focused on mechanics and aerial plays. Especially in recent times, he's just getting more and more smooth, as you can see.
Oh.
And yeah, he's very confident in kind of that aspect of his game. So I like it. I think he can, go for some ground stuff of his own, but he'll mainly be taken in the air. So yeah.
Do you think his defense is going to be up to par against Zen? Do you think he's going to be able to hold Zen back? Or what do you think of the keys?
I don't think many players can hold Zen back. I think like Rawas could, and Vatira at times did. Maybe, but apart from that, I don't know. It's no one's looking to be up to the task yet. I mean, the control is just crazy. It's just crazy how he sets up these shots so consistently, and it's not like you don't see that he's off at any point in the shot. Right?
There's like no openings, so
yeah.
So when he's air dribbling in like this, what kind of, as a defender, what really? I mean, obviously Zen didn't leave any there, but as a defender of an air dribble like that, what kind of things are you looking for as like indicators that you should make a challenge? Oh, that's disgusting.
No.
Oh my.
He drifted on the spot. We have to make him watch it. Unfortunately.
Sorry, Chronic. Sorry, we'd have to watch that one again. That was insane. Yeah, sorry. Wow. Just to go back to the questions and rudely interrupted with that mind game. What kind of things are you looking for when you're defending someone coming at you at high level? But to indicate that a challenge might be a good idea.
Yeah, so you're kind of looking at when like the angles close. Obviously, throughout like the whole play, each second that passes, different angles open up and different angles close, right, in the shot. So you're looking at when there's the least angles available, because then you can like cut one of the angles off. You have a better chance of saving it and stuff like that. Chronic does have an open net, so that was well defended. What did Chronic? Did he come off the backboard? I can't rember. I think he was a clean beat in the air, right?
It was a backboard defense position for Chronic. Zen tried to get a ceiling reset and then double it. So I mean, definitely not the right shot selection against backboard defense. Oh, he's
left his
punish him here. Yeah, Chronic just leaving the net, leaving the ball. Had the boost, but he needs a better touch there. That's just not enough distance.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's probably predicting a harder hit.
Do you think he tried to roll it up? Well, would rolling up the back wall make sense? I mean, he's trying to kind of counter attack, keep the pressure on.
He's trying to hit. He's definitely trying to hit that with a bit of height. Chipping it into the back wall. I do not like that.
Yeah, Zen's trying to throw himself into the net.
Yeah.
Chronic had just enough pace, so yeah, I mean, he did flick it immediately. That's a really good shot by Chronic to just flick it low. Maybe that's why Zen flew into the net like this, expecting a high flick from Chronic.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's also, that's going to be another kickoff goal, yeah. It could be Zen's quite confident right now, not going to lie. He's not playing defense too, he's not really caring as much about structuring his defense as he is about just playing with pure speed right now, I think, because he's confident. Which you normally see from him in game 1, I think. Just trying to like clean beat his opponents. That's going to be 3 kickoff goals in a row.
Yeah, and that's another kind of greedy play by Zen. He didn't need to go for this boost. Like, that's, a boost that he's fighting for, but if he loses the race, he's getting scored on. He could have backed off.
Yeah, and Zen's kickoff, he has improved it, right, over time. He's obviously started with some show matches where his kickoff wasn't too good from what I know. I didn't watch those first few. That's almost a good play.
Yeah, he's very one-dimensional, especially against Daniel. He was sticking to pretty much the same losing strategy just for, 5, 6 kickoffs in a row. And Daniel was just sticking to the same winning strategy 5, 6, 7 times in a row because, I mean, he knows what he's doing on the kickoff game. But now, Zen's trying to mix up timing. He's definitely mixing up just simply, which way he's flipping. The simplest adaptation
at
high level.
That could be in.
This is not a clean defensive display by the Frenchman here.
He's actually missing a few wave dashes as well. Like the ground mechanics are a little bit off, but he's probably just warming up. This should be in. That's a good avoidance of the bump from behind him there. That's hard to do. It looks harder. It looks easier than it actually is. Flipping and getting straight up to this ball. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy for him to just get a little bit too much to the side of the ball, or even too far forward. But he read it perfectly to get away from the demo. Yeah, Chronic's, he's looked clinical, but he will, I think, need to play a little bit better than this, especially if he wants to take a game on EU. Something he doesn't have to do, though, by the way. He could win this series just by winning his home server games. He's got 4 of them. He's punishing Zen, making some unforced errors in this first game of the series.
The issue with the ping in a style like Zen's is that... Wow, look at that.
Ooh.
Okay. Is that it actually... in my opinion, won't affect him as much as a more grounded style player as the ping would affect them. Because he's taking it in the air. Ping doesn't really make a difference if you have it under control. That's a great demo from Chronic on the edge of a bump.
Love that. Yeah.
But like I was saying, if you have the ball under control in the air, the ping doesn't really affect you. It's on the little interactions between your car and your opponent's car that the ping really starts to make a difference, right?
Yeah. I mean, when you're playing, I only know from... low-level rank games, but the worst things to go up against when you're playing with high ping are like just dribbling plays because you can't read them. 50-50s is harder to read. But yeah, and when you've got the ball and you're in the air, nothing's really different. That's what Zen tries to do. Oh, he's nearly scored perfectly with a flick here. Still has possession, shoots first time. He's really done well to spot Chronic off the goal line. Chronic looking to sneak into position, and Zen just sniped it right past him.
Yeah, and Chronic's he has the right idea, I think. Especially on aerial plays from Zen, you don't really want to let him come to your net as easy it is to say, Sometimes it's inevitable. Both players actually delay the kickoff. Wow.
Yeah, Chronic does like to do that. He's for a long time, used that to his advantage. Zen also mixing that one in at the same time. Kind of bizarre. Oh, what a shot with a pre-flip.
Can't believe it.
Chronic with a compliment in the chat for this one.
It's just speed, isn't it? He gets the one touch, wave dash onto the one, flips around the ball to get the open there. I mean, it is open, but it's not easy.
It's so precise, and he's not even all in. I mean, the way that he's scoring that with a 1-goal advantage is safe. Oh, Chronic's actually bumps him off the boost here, though. That's open, and he buries it.
Yeah, that's his 4th goal like that.
This is interesting.
It's second goal exactly like that. 4th off the kickoff, right? Zen's
put himself in that position twice where he's kind of like happy to be bumped. He knows it's coming, but I think he's trying to he knows Chronic's not supersonic, so he's like, all right, go ahead, bump me. I mean, you can only really hit me into the boost, but that time he dodged away from it. So I've seen him do this before. Looks like he's going to be just fine, but yeah, still work to be done by Zen, just making this a little bit more comfortable. This was not a comfortable win. He had a lot of mistakes. He's just so talented. I mean, he can make so many mistakes and still win. He scored 10 goals. It's insane.
The thing I'm worried most about for Chronic is that half of his goals came off kickoff. And
Yeah.
it's not to say that he doesn't deserve those goals. He was clearly better in that aspect of, the play in this game right now. But can you replicate kickoffs really consistently? It's very easy for your opponent to switch up, right?
Yeah, against anyone else, I would say that I would expect it to change, but I don't really know his end. I mean, he's made improvements to his kickoff game, but it's still weak overall compared to the very best players who are, I think, a little bit more solid. It's pretty much the one thing I want to see Zen do more with kickoffs is just be more goal side, because often he's side onto the ball and just loses like many in a row. Yeah, easy to be goal side in the straight spawn, so good start for game 2 here. Same server, we're EU server 2 games, then US East server 2 games, so we're still in Europe. Must win for Zen to keep control of the series.
Oh my god. Tries to go for a psycho. He actually did score one, I think, was it on your stream?
Yeah, versus Lost. He used a dodge for it as well.
Yeah, he used this.
It was nasty.
Single jump, held his flip.
And it was such a smart play. When he did it against Lost, he was running away from a demo. Lost was chasing him in the back corner, kind of like what just happened there. And Zen countered that by just shooting. He's like, well, if you're chasing me, your net's open, so let me just go ahead and score.
Definitely pushing, the game to a new level. That is not the takeoff that Chronic wanted. It's not going to turn into anything here.
Yeah, inefficient takeoffs from Chronic and overextends on the recovery. 1-0 to Zen. Chronic had some chances there. He even tried to go for a bump as well.
That's
Zen
a good shot.
a bit quick to get away. He's been very good at sniping the open nets when there's like pressure on him. I feel even Zen and all the other top pros, when there's no pressure open net, they're almost more missable. But when he's got someone right there with him, he's like, all right, no problem. Oh no!
No, he's gonna let it roll in as well. Oh dear.
Oh, there's not really much Chronic can do. Chronic says, can we try a new server? Yes, I'll say yes, we can. He says ping's gone up. So we'll do 355 2-0.
Yeah.
EU server. Chronic not having a good time here. He wants to try a new one, which is fine. Alright. Unpausing. I'll give them a little bit of a heads up. So game 2 continues 2-0 for Zen. Bit of a better server for Chronic, hopefully. Yeah, he's gonna need a little bit more than that, I think. This is a tough situation he's in. Luckily, he doesn't need to win it. He can just, lose every EU server game as long as he defends his own server. The issue for him is that Zen's won games in the USC server against everyone that he's played on the USC server. I believe 5 players, including yourself, Jack, also lost. Daniel. He's also beaten Jan on server. AJ. He's done it against everyone. So very, very tall ask for Chronic.
Yeah, and Zen's looking confident. Oh no, Chronic, he's missed a free ball. That's just going to be an open net. It's looking... This game is running away a little bit from Chronic, not going to lie.
He's trying to keep up, I think, and it's pushing him to the limit in this game. Chronic used to really get inside his own head. I don't know if you remember his old 1v1 games. He used to talk so much in the chat about how badly he's playing. Like, he'd be losing one game against someone and then he'd just start typing about how terrible he is.
Bro, what do you do, man? Like, Zen just has control. He just has control of every play, doesn't he, really? Wow.
Yeah, he's adapting. I mean, he just counters whatever Chronic's doing. Chronic's pre-jumping height, Zen goes low. He's got a flip to work with. I mean, he just always seems to have another aspect that he can go to. Yeah, another adaptation mid-play. Undefendable unless you're Roas with a couple of games of downloading him. The one time they played.
I'm surprised he won that as well. I'm not gonna lie. I know I messaged you beforehand. I thought Zen was the favorite.
Me too. Yeah, I did.
Roas, had the history of being number one, more often in the past.
Yeah.
A setup. Goes for the mustard. He doesn't quite connect with the actual flick though.
That's good for Chronic. He defended the back corner as well. You thought Zen was going to win against Roas?
Yeah. I easily. I thought Zen would, kind of run with it. Maybe 4-1, 4-2, but Roas definitely found something. He started pre-jumping all of his hits, like going into the air on all of them. And it's not that the pre-jumps were working, but the main thing it did, in my opinion, was it forced Zen to kind of be a little bit scared with them. Zen's styling. My car does not move like that, I swear to God.
Yeah, you said this about a few players, Zen being one of them. I think you've said this about Yan. I don't know if...
Yeah.
I mean, I think you wrote it in Twitch chat when Yan was playing Daniel. I mean, who are the players in that list for you whose cars just seem to move differently? What a snipe. My goodness.
Wow. Zen, for sure, is up there now. Chronic, recently, he's been looking very, very smooth. Yeah, and like Yan, you know, Daniel.
Yeah.
The very incredibly smooth players. And it's weird because players like First Killer, Zen is not defended that at all there. Players like First Killer kind of, they have a different style of mechanics, don't they? They don't look, you know, they're really smooth, but they're not like he's more like he forces his way through.
Yeah, he's a brute force kind of player rather than
yeah.
a just very clean kind of player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. That's always been First Killer's style, just brute force mechanics. Oh,
for the pogo.
Good read by Chronic.
The plan B. What do you call that? Is that a pogo or is that a plan B?
I think plan B is just nonsense because it just makes it sound as if you know the player didn't mean it, which is just stupid. Like when somebody here, if you know a new viewer tunes in or somebody who's like coming back to Rocket League after a long time, they hear plan B, they'll be like, oh, what was plan A? It's like, well,
yeah.
I think it's just a bad name because he clearly went for that as plan A. It wasn't plan B.
Agreed.
So yeah, pogo has been kind of like decided upon as a, you know, the terminology for when a car is bouncing. So, you know, that to me would just be a pogo shot because the car is bouncing and he's shooting instead of just, you know, he's combining a pogo with a shot. Easy pogo shot.
100%. Zen is, I think trolling is the word I can use here.
Throwing a little bit,
he's playing with definitely less care than he was at the end of game 1. And it's starting to bite him in a little bit.
He's looked like this a few times. He was beating AJ 3-0 in games when they played, and then in game 4, AJ was winning, I think, by 3 or 4 goals. Zen didn't really look like he was in it. And then he just decided to turn it on, and he came back and won. Like, I think he's got another gear he can go to here, but he's not using it right now. He's just, you know, having a bit of fun with it. But yes, it's really tough for Chronic, because Zen, when he's having a bit of fun with it, just makes it almost harder to read him, because now he's... Like, imagine when you're playing against Zen, he's already hard enough to read, but now he might just miss because he's doing something stupid. It's like, well, how are you supposed to read him?
It's horrible because, like, from my experience, when you play someone like that is that much more mechanical than you, even if you're like what play? Saved by Zen. No way. He got bumped. He landed off his bar underneath the ball and got the flip to catch it.
That's disgusting. Saved by Zen.
But yeah, when you're playing a player that's, you know, clearly more mechanical than you, you start doubting your own mechanics. That's the harshest thing about, you know, this type of matchup.
Yeah. You just don't think, oh no. Like, usually in this position I would just air dribble, or, you know, usually I'd flick and it would go in, but now, not sure. Yeah, we can go at USC server 2 games now. This is a chance for Chronic to get back into it. See if he can get any control of the series. He just like I said earlier, he can still win this series without winning any games on EU. He's lost 2 out of the 3 games in EU that we've played so far. Now there's 2 US East games, 1 EU, then 2 more US East games. So out of the next 5, Chronic has server advantage. He just has to defend his server like his life depends on it.
Do you think he does?
I don't think he does, based on what I've seen so far today, because I think Zen just... He looks like he's got his mojo back after... Nope, he says. Yeah, I thought he was answering a question. Do you think he does there for a second? But no, he wants a new server. Yeah, you know, it was at this point in the Zen versus Rawas series that Rawas was able to get a good read on Zen's aerial play by pre-jumping a bunch. Do you think that's something Chronic should do, to start pre-jumping every single time early?
Well, I think the issue's a bit deeper, because I'm not even seeing Chronic have the boost to even do it half the times. It's looking at like he's not got the correct spacing, whereas, you know, Rawas just had better spacing.
Yeah, he
just seemed to be in better positions. I don't even know what it is, but Chronic isn't in those right now.
This is game right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, good try though by Chronic there.
Yeah, that was I don't know if I believe that one.
Yeah, sorry, I might have confused him on that though. I mean, it looked like he played it normally. I didn't see anything.
I thought he tried to save it.
Yeah, it didn't look, nothing looked weird there, so I think he tried to save it, but... Oh wow.
God, he's got a flip.
Oh, okay. He didn't use it immediately. Well, yeah, Zen's getting better at these. This is quite scary. Yeah, I usually don't bother saying test on Zen's away server games because he can get green ping, and obviously green ping, fine. Yellow ping, nasty. So the fact Chronic had yellow ping, I told him test because he probably wants to give it a quick kickabout before getting started.
Yeah, Zen actually doesn't get... He gets 88 on NA. That's actually crazy. I'm not going to lie. Whenever I was on Europe's... when I was in Europe and I played on NA servers, I'd get like 92 if it's incredible, but usually about 104.
Mate,
yeah,
I can get like 84, 80. The best I've ever had is 76. I can get 76.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, I
like that.
I mean, other English... Yeah, but it's still like... The challenge is he's using more boost than he could, and it's easier said than done again, but it's like... He's really got to be conserving his boost. Zen is going for a lot. That's
okay. Yeah, you got one. Yeah, yes, nice. I still like your idea though, just pre-jump everything, but yeah, it goes to show how ready Roas is to do that when he was playing Zen. The fact he had so many early plays. Chronic stylistically, when he defends, is a bit more, I think, defensive with his positioning, and he always has been. He's been like a guy who just backs off a lot, so it doesn't lend itself to just getting in Zen's face. Whereas Roas, yeah, he's got incredible goal line defense. Well, that is, by the way, exactly that by Chronic. Well done. Yeah, Roas has great goal line defense, but he also I think he spots more opportunities than Chronic does of just getting a little bit more space, getting close to the play without his opponent knowing. Chronic just kind of accepts that he's not going to be close to the play and backs off more often.
Well, that's going to be a goal for Chronic. He does catch out Zen on the counter, but again, it's like these goals are coming from, like, I don't want it to sound like, you know, Chronic doesn't have a chance, because he absolutely does, but these goals are coming just from his own half, where he's stuck, but he managed to break out because Zen's lost control a bit. Yeah. You know, whereas Zen can just, like you said, flip that switch and gain control on the ball if he really wants to. Chronic actually goes for some crazy play. Does pull it off, but not too threatening.
That's like a pre-flip into air dribble, flip reset kind of play. Very interesting. It's I guess trying to get weird. He's trying to get a bit more difficult to read with his play, but yeah, that's at the expense of efficiency. Oh dear, he's not been
just dives him.
Yeah, he's not been confusing on that one. Did he have a flip here, Chronic? Or did he just jump off the wall?
He has a flip, but because he's underneath the ball, he can't get it up. You know, he can't just get underneath the ball and get up again. It's not possible with a flip.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, yeah, it just looks very difficult. We're on USC server for anyone just tuning in. Must win for Chronic. It's looked tough for him to get in the game on EU. And he loses another goal overextending. But yeah, he's trying to get Zen confused again, I guess, because he doesn't want to just back off with low boost. But Zen could see him. That's the problem. He's not finding the angles where he can approach undetected.
Yeah, he does a fake kickoff to gain possession. That's kind of what he needs. But Chronic isn't playing like himself, and that's all because of Zen. Chronic is starting to go for more and more mechanical stuff because I think he wants to match Zen, and it's not really his fault. Like, Zen just does that, you know. Like I said, when you play more mechanical players, it's like you're trying to prove something to yourself, your opponent, and the people watching. That could have been saved, I think.
I think you're right. It was very close.
Yeah.
He's spacing very, very close while he's shadowing. And yeah, if he double jumped there, it's a save, I reckon. Tried to flick it so he could keep his car moving into the corner and fight for the boost as well. But yeah, he's trying to get the maximum out of every position. It's just not quite working.
With Roas kept the game speed fast. But then when he had to get back, I mean, this is just incredible by Zen, by the way. He flips that double attach, and he makes it look easy. I don't even have to point it out. Everyone knows that he's going to do it. Roas kept the game speed quick. Yeah, and then he started pre-jumping in Zen on when Zen was counter-attacking. Whereas this game seems quite slow because Chronic is getting starved and he's trying to push forwards on low boost and it's getting him caught out a little bit, and then he has to go all the way back for boost, and that's what's happening. Wow, that's where the space is coming from, and Zen's just winning these little interactions in the midfield again. It shows the level. I think more than anything, this shows the level Roas was at when he beat Zen. Because this is just unreal what Zen is doing against Chronic, who, I agree with you, he's like up there with AJ. You know, I have him number 4 NA. I could see number 3 NA. You know, he's a great ones talent right now. He's been somewhat active playing tournaments recently. That's a good shot. But Zen is just on a different level right now. He's got Chronic feeling very uncomfortable
in the lobby, doubting himself, rushing a lot of the plays he's making, trying to be a bit more risky, but it's not what he's used to doing. And that shows, Ruas was able to go toe-to-toe with this exact same player. And it's just, it's a crazy level that the top guys are at right now. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, 1v1 is becoming more and more, well, Zen's showing it more, mechanical and just aerial based nowadays.
Yeah.
That's just going to be the 8th. That's going to be game. I mean, what Chronic needs to do, in my opinion, I think he's got to, like, simple the mechanics down, but up the speed. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to match Zen's mechanics. I just don't think he can. No one can.
Yeah, 8-3. Delayed kickoff. Chronic still not giving up. He's trying to get some free possession. Yeah, he just can't find a way into a lot of these plays. It's just Zen almost against himself. If Zen gets it right, it's a goal. If he doesn't, then Chronic's able to score on counters. Zen's just getting there a bit more quickly, more efficient movement. The boost management battle is going in his favor as well. Chronic trying to get back to the play here, but it's not able to get there before Zen crushes him in the 50. Go next, says Chronic. GG. We're going back to... No, we're not. Actually, you're staying on this server. Almost got that one wrong. We are staying on this server for one more game.
Wow.
That's a new series now.
Zen looks in control.
Yeah, he does. Chronic, I think, obviously in this kind of situation, you've got to just go one game at a time, but here, must win. I think taking a game looks like a pretty impressive feat to pull off at this point. No disrespect to Chronic, but yeah, if he can beat Zen in a game today, Zen's back to his best, it would seem. So that would be a big achievement.
I mean, without playing RCS, we've never seen a player have this kind of level of control over opponents. I mean, Scrub, before he played RCS when he was 14, is the only player that comes to mind that can match Zen's level of, height.
Yeah, just being a different level, especially in ones, because in 3v3, it's different. Separating yourself from the pack in threes is very different from separating yourself from the pack in ones. It's so blatant. It's so obvious when it's in ones. There's just no chance.
Yeah.
When there's a skill difference in ones, there is no chance for the underdog. But you've got to get very close before you even have a chance. Whereas threes, upsets are more likely. More variables, more people on the pitch.
Yeah, but even with Zen, I think it's we all know it's only a matter of time before he becomes one of the top, if not the top in threes too, which is crazy. But Chronic does get a lead. Is this his first lead of the series, or did he have a lead in game 1?
I can't remember if he had a lead by
who scored in game 1.
Cheeky little early goal in game 1, perhaps. Very flat pogo attempt from Zen there.
He's trying it. Oh, he doesn't have boost. Chronic should secure the back corner, and he's actually starting to get a little... he misses the mid boost. He has to get it, doesn't he?
Yeah, a couple of chain dashes from Zen, I think, accelerated him further than Chronic expected. Narrow win in the race to the boost became a loss. Zen ahead of the ball. Perfect catch. That is unbelievable control by Zen. He's all in, but he still has full control.
Wow. I mean, Chronic, I wasn't even on Chronic's POV, but I can just tell how awkward that would have been. And it's going to happen. Zen's going to get mid, but you don't know how he's going to get mid. Is he going to pop it? Is he going to control it like that? Doesn't matter anyway. Chronic does get the goal back, but even then, it's just the little mind games that it puts in your opponent's head when you score a goal like that, right?
Yeah, it's again showing levels. Every time you've got to be afraid of something like that now, Chronic sort of think, oh my goodness, he can, pull it any direction really. So that's just even more. You're talking earlier on about angles. That's just more angles that Chronic has to consider the next time Zen's air dribbling towards him. He realizes now, okay, there's even more options available to my opponent. How do I cover those as well as all the rest?
I really like this from Chronic though. I like the style he's going for more in this game. He does concede here, but he's going for more shots. He's not trying to keep the ball too close. He did on that play and it didn't pay off, but before he just took a shot straight off kickoff, and it forces Zen to have to make a save and not go for his corner boost. I think that's what Chronic needs to do. He needs to somehow find a way to make Zen keep going into these positions where he can't grab boost.
So you want volume output to be increased?
Yeah, I don't want Chronic to try and match his skill, like in terms of how
overall,
I want him to flick here or just go for an edge or bump. He's playing a little bit scared going for these fakes. And I don't know. Is that a fake to you, or is that just
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm not fully confident in the flick.
Yeah, I think a little bit of both, because he's probably aware that there's a small chance that the fake could work. But yeah, he also just probably didn't like how he was sitting in his car. Surely, otherwise he would have flicked it, because I know Chronic's got a great flick when he's feeling good with his ground game. He can definitely rip it top corner at world-class speed. But yeah, he's not someone who just does it every time. He does, not like a Moxie with the flicks. So, he seems like he could just repeat the same flick day in, day out. Game 1, Game 7, doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'd have been amazed if Zen found a way to somehow get that on goal coming at that speed, but he just get a demo. Actually messes up. And this game's looking a little bit closer. I like it. Coming at half-time, 3-2 to Zen. Chronic's definitely...
Okay.
He looks more in the play too, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's already has had one chance to save this. He doesn't get back to the ball. Never mind. I mean, I kind of agree with you. I like how he's playing this game, giving himself a chance. But yeah, he backed off there, kind of like just doubting himself and doubting his ability to actually surprise Zen with a challenge, even though he did just get him to jump on demand. Okay, kickoff looking better, though. Oh, Zen's missed the corner boost. Big play for Chronic, potentially.
Zen's going to... get boost here, yeah. This looks like a ceiling pinch.
Ceiling pinch. I was going to say, do you think he air dribbles a full pitch here?
There we go. Maybe you're right.
I mean, it's a confidence thing, right? Oh, he done well.
Played.
Because if he's confident there, I think he goes for the full pitch air dribble, but this time he kind of plays a bit more of an efficient strategy. He's not all in there.
Yeah.
He's faked the flip reset shot, caught the ball, flicked it top bins, and he's got a little bit of boost to recover with. Maybe fight for the corner boost if Zen saves it. That's a safe play.
Delayed. Wait, why did both these players keep delaying the exact same kickoff? Like, but if one player delays it, the other one's doing it too. That's crazy. That's just like that's fortune at that point.
Yeah, I think it's just Zen maybe.
Can you catch him on the demo?
He has the idea to do it, and then he spots that Chronic's also doing it. Delays even more, I believe, because he's both every time that they've both delayed. I think Zen's had the bigger delay. Maybe it's just default bigger delay, but he might be just slowing down even more. You never know, Zen.
Zen's so quick, man. Just zooming around the pitch. Oh, he's so close to getting demoed.
That was close. I think he's a bit too fast for this. Oh, he got it.
On him, yeah.
Good delay by Chronic.
You were right, though. Yeah, he was too fast originally.
Yeah, he had a perfect time on that.
These demos. What is happening? I can't believe how he's not been demoed once in the last minute.
Chronic can definitely roll with the punches here. He will. 8 boost. Great result, I think, with this flick for the boost he had. This is overall a win for Chronic. He had 8 boosts in possession. Now he's got 100 and he's able to fight for the possession. Zen is just trying to back him up with little spins and jumps. Okay, there you go. He got him.
There you go. Now he's got possession. This is a really good spot. This is a super... No. There's so much more time.
So what would you like to see there from Chronic instead of the hook shot?
Like an extra touch.
Extra touch.
Shoot. Yeah, you got to take an extra touch. Because you can... There's no way Zen was coming towards him and there's no way that shot is going in if... Oh, is this open?
I think, yeah, the placement as well was... It led Zen towards just securing his back corner boost if he saves it. So it was like a one-and-done play. You're talking earlier about Zen's or Chronic's output. He needs to like have one shot and assume Zen's saving it and have another shot after it. Oh, kind of like this. Well played by Chronic. So is this more what you're talking about? Just multi-layered plays?
Yeah, just simple plays. Like I want more hits. I don't want more fakes. Like just like flick the ball on target, shoot the ball on target, force them to kind of make something happen. You know.
And that's huge as well. Look at the time. He just equalized. 14 seconds to go. Oh no. Oh, it's a bad bounce. Oh.
Wait, he trolled. Well, that's a bit of a throw.
Did Chronic not speed flip? I didn't see this.
I swear he didn't speed flip on that. Maybe I'm lying, but even if he didn't, I don't know what that dodge was, you know, to make the save. The ball was never even in that line of path.
Oh, wait, Zen delayed.
He's got it. He's got it.
He delayed on a 1-goal lead. And he
I don't know about that.
He flipped at the last second. He flipped away from it. Wow. Well, that is very rare to see.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back at a tie.
Oh, they both go for... They're like matching each other up. Nah, that's not going to be anything.
Wait. Okay. Wait, great touch by Zen. Oh, wait!
He messed. Oh,
He's trolling!
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, this is very tough to read. This is one of these situations where I'm like, okay, surely he's just going to let that drop. Never mind.
Good kickoff. He missed the mid boost. Oh, he's missed it again.
He missed it again.
That's a possession loss. If he concedes off this possession right here, that's got to feel bad.
Oh, he nearly got demoed as well. This is tough.
Oh, this is good now for Chronic if he secures mid.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Yeah.
Possession. Okay, this is a super good chance. Go for a bump. Go for a bump. Edge over. Oh, that's just in. Nice flick. Well played.
So, okay, bump here. You love the bump. Why is that? Explain for chat why you like the bump in this position particularly.
Because Zen's in like perfect. He's like perfectly in line with the ball. Like there's no angle he has to run around the ball and dodge, and he also doesn't have the time to do that. There's just no way he escapes it in that position.
Yeah.
Only dodged or only saved by a double jump straight away. Like if he just like challenges Chronic before Chronic's even like popped the ball.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was going to do it.
It goes back to your angles conversation where like Zen only has the option of flat going over the bump and saving it, or waiting until Chronic's past him and then saving it. So it's one of two options, and if Chronic can just split the difference, he's fine.
Zen has gone for the decal, vitality decal.
He's whipping it out again. Well, yeah, we got a good pick for Chronic here, so we're just gonna get straight into game. Sorry, I forgot to add a point for him. You don't like the vitality decal? You don't think?
You know what? It's actually growing on me, Johnny. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. It actually looks kind of clean on Zen. He's gonna make it look good. Yeah, he's gonna make it look good. But have we ever seen Zen on Octane?
That's a good question.
I know I used to see him in Octane a lot. I think in ranked.
You did, yeah.
Oh, Zen goes for the Evo flick.
Oh, this is
pulls this one out.
The delay flip, kind of a pre-flip flick kind of mechanic. Zen also messed up his dodge. Did he have a save on that at the end? Could he have saved it?
I think he messed up because Chronic went under the ball. Like, who goes under the ball? You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those plays where you can say the other player is trolling, but again, it's because of what the other player on the ball actually did.
It's a forced mistake for sure.
Exactly. It's like what I said with Zen versus Ras. People were saying Zen doesn't look as clean. He's not, performing the mechanics at the same consistency. But in my eyes, that's because Ras was blocking half of them. Yeah, he's messing with his timing. Unconfident. Yeah,
he's messing with a lot of Zen's plays, like before they even get started.
Right.
Oh, that's a monster of a flick. I mean, great result. Inverted half flip to keep the pressure on. Look at Chronic. Okay, just
well played
decided to stay safe.
His first touch, always incredible. I actually don't know if he has the flip here. Yeah, he doesn't have the flip.
Good call. Yeah, so with Fennec, what are you trying to spot to be able to notice things like this, or any car really? Because I feel like Fennec a lot of the time has it when I think, why do they have a flip there? Octane's a bit more clear, but maybe there's something I'm missing.
Good shot, Chronic. A musty flick into the double tap.
That is unreal.
Yeah, that's crazy. And you definitely know he has that flip,
And he went for that rebound as well. He read the downward bounce. Great read. Go up by one. But yeah, what kind of things are you looking for flip reset, whether or not somebody has it these days?
If your car like wobbles to the side, you don't have it half the time. Like if it wobbles to the left or right, you don't really have it. If Chronic goes for a flip here, you'll look, his car didn't really wobble. He did have a flip there. He didn't use it, but he did at the end. Sorry, he used a jump at the end, but he didn't use it for the shot. Yeah. But he had one there. Whereas Zen's car on the one before, it didn't do this little like jump off the ball almost. It kind of just wobbled to the side around it a little bit. That's going to be a counter attack. Oh, it's not on target actually. Wow, Chronic got a little bit fortunate avoiding the bump there from Zen in the corner. Sometimes you get bumped through that 50 there. Zen's going for a flip set.
Look how far away he is. This is ridiculous. He actually tries to get kind of this. He's done this multiple times on stream where he scoops the last flip reset in with his pre-flip. And he gets multiple touches at the end of the dodge. It's crazy the power they can generate. I mean, his first touch off the wall there was backwards because he wants more space. He's so confident in his control, he'd rather have the longer run up in the air. It is a crazy phrase to say even a couple of years ago. Oh, he called the bluff on Chronic's.
Yeah, he did.
Dodge.
But yeah, in that play before, there's actually only Well, in my eyes, there's two plays you get that ball from a position where it's going backwards on target. The first way and the cleanest way is obviously going for a double or triple flip set like Zen does there, because you allow yourself to get those multiple touches. The second way is just not air rolling and just going for the bot air dribble. Somehow genuinely, you get these crazy like changes of direction on the ball when you go for these bot air dribbles without air roll. Wow, that's a good catch.
Yeah, Chronic didn't see that cut come in.
Yeah.
I didn't see his POV in it. Gonna watch it here, but yeah, man, I think he probably has to respect that because it is Zen playing very well today with the close to the car ball control. I mean, he did this kind of thing earlier off the back of an air dribble to cut the ball in field. So compared to that, what we just saw from him is pretty standard for Zen. Like, yeah, Chronic really just, I think, hoping that Zen isn't gonna do it. He's like, oh, go on, just let me have the boost, please. Go on, give me the boost, bro. Oh, this is not comfortable for Chronic.
Oh, wow.
That's tough. A little turtle flick recovery pop.
Yeah.
And a bump as well.
He's just controlled, isn't he? He's just controlled. It's crazy. Do you think he has the best, control and best mechanics in the world right now, without even playing a single series of RCS, or do you think you have to use it in the threes for it to count?
Okay, yeah, I hesitate to say it for threes just because he hasn't done it yet. And, maybe in threes he might not be able to, or in RCS. I think in threes he will. He's done it in threes in like bubble tournaments, plenty of times.
Even tournaments where he's playing pros in the finals, playing
high level
Casio,
French tournaments.
Chaussette, Ferry Peak. Actually, I don't know if Ferry's playing at these lands, but I think he was at one. But I see Casio and Chaussette at these lands, and even Vatira I think was at one. I think that was a screenshot of Vatira, Seiku, and Zen on one team playing one of these. But
yeah, so it's hard because if you're talking pure mechanics, like Daniel's had a lot of very impressive 3v3 mechanical games, and even in games that he and his team have lost because he's trolled a little bit, he's still like nailing the mechanics. But he's like one of the only players I put in that same category as Zen in terms of mechanics, car control. Honestly, like peak Yan last season in threes as well is I think up there.
Absolutely.
Maybe peak Seiko, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of names just to like add more names to the conversation, but the answer to your first question, I think Zen probably number one. I think he's got the best mechanical control of his car and the ball without playing threes, probably. Let's see if he works in LCS.
I think it's hard to not agree whilst looking at him. That's a really good touch by Chronic. He should be able to squeak that one in,
Chat saying not dark, not first skiller, not beast mode, not atomic. No, I wouldn't put any of those guys in like pure mechanical ball control at the level of the Zen either. I think they're not quite there.
I think every pro will tell you the same as well. Every pro that watches this guy knows it's different.
Astral, very inconsistent, but he can peak in that level,
Still not the same. It's not the same control. I'm telling you, chat. I'm watching. Every pro knows it. We watch this player, and it's like he's different. You notice he's controlling balls and keeping balls in the air with control that you're just not seeing from anyone else.
Yeah, I think so.
But we'll see if he can do it in RCS. I believe he can. But it'll be good to watch. I'll be tuning into that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, his debut is going to be one of the most watched streams, like that Friday.
I wonder how many views that's going to get.
Oh my goodness, Vitality's going to hit a view record on that one. Like, and I think it's deserved as well. Lovely placement by Zed. Chronic's fought bravely here, to bring it back to the series we're currently watching. He's fought bravely, I think, till the very end here, which it looks like we're at the end. He's really given it a good go. He's tried different things, but Zen is just on a different level when it comes to mechanics, and it seems like do you think it makes sense how Zen is so good at the 1v1 fundamentals after such short time? That's what blows my mind the most. Like, he's mechanically insane, but if he came into ones and was this good on the ball, this good in attack, I wouldn't be like hugely surprised. But he just seems to know exactly where to be, what to do with his boost, what apart from kickoffs, what to do in every aspect of core fundamental ones. Explain that, Jack. How has he managed that in such a short time?
Well, when people talk about, when people separate players in terms of mechanics and how smart they are at the game, they fail to realize that some of the most mechanical players are often the most smartest too, because they have the options available to them more than other players do. If that makes sense. So they know what they're capable of, and they know more than what their opponent is capable of than themselves, right? because they're more mechanical. They know what's about to happen more. They have a better read of the game. You know? And so sometimes they look smart, and they are smart because they're just simply reading the game better. They have a better understanding. And what Zen, what people have yet to say about Zen is that, we know he's a mechanical beast, but he's also an absolute genius when it comes to the game.
Oh, yes, he is. I mean, it's so clear to see, so plain to see, because from the very start, it's not like he's built up 1v1 IQ. From game 1, series 1 that he played, I was like, hold on a second here. This guy looks like he's a veteran. He looks like he's been playing ones for years. Like, he's just making the right plays. He's moving perfectly with defensive spacing and positioning and, boost management. I'm like, this is unreal. How has he managed this? Because a lot of, like, really mechanical threes players come into ones and they look out of place. They look uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
But he just looks like he belongs. See, at the very top. And I mean, he is at the very top right now. He wants a rematch with Rawas. Rawas right now playing the, what's it called? The Saudi League, or I think it's called
Saudi E-League or something like that.
Yeah, he's pretty busy with that. So, we'll see when we can make that happen. But yeah, I think Zen Rawas definitely needs to happen again. It was such a great series. Do you want a rematch with him? You fancy your chances, Jack?
You know what? I don't fancy my chances for sure. I'm definitely not at the top of my ones game. I don't claim to be. I'm not really. I'm not trying to be, but I think I will.
You're not on your grind with ones.
No, I don't have the same. I don't have the same motivation for ones as I used to. Unfortunately, but I think I will at some point, especially if there's a tournament announced.
Yeah.
But not right now. I mean, I would rematch anyone any day. I don't mind playing 1v1 show matches because I usually just play them for, cause it's good practice, good improvement.
That's what I like about the one scene right now is it seems like all the players, even if they're not absolutely peaking, like in the past, a lot of players only wanted to play when they're at their absolute best, absolute peak, and if they're like slightly off, not interested. Whereas right now, I think a lot of players realize, it doesn't really matter too much, if I lose this, because getting a bit of practice in, getting a bit of activity, and the one scene like top 20 has never been more active. It's incredible right now.
Oh god, yeah. Like I would want to win, my show match, but I don't mind if I lose because I know I'm practicing, That's the main reason why I'm playing them, and stuff like that. It's like the 1v1 tournament right before the major. Obviously, the full major was the only thing I had in mind, Yeah. And I was using that tournament to practice mechanics. I was still trying to win. Don't get me wrong, but I don't mind. It's practice. So it's good to see 1v1 so active, and it's good to see 1v1 so hyped. Everyone's watching it. We're breaking like viewer records for 1v1 right now, and
it's insane.
It'd be crazy.
It's absolutely insane.
A tournament would be crazy.
Oh, a tournament would pop up. Imagine if Psyonix like ran an RLCS like official, or just some kind of like 1v1 Psyonix sponsored LAN. It would do numbers. It would do crazy numbers. And the cost of doing that would be so much lower than like 3v3 because the prize pool wouldn't need to be as high. Like flights, hotels, they're all a third. Because you only have one player, maybe even less because you wouldn't be taking out coaches, managers, as many parents. Like the cost would be I think it would be the best investment that Psyonix could make. I'm obviously biased there, but I think it's very clear right now that is where the hype is. It's what the community wants. I think even the casual fans, if they, freestyling is obviously
100%.
super popular with the casual community. 1v1 is pretty much freestyling now. So I think the wider community would be mind blown. They'd be like, this is insane. The players they're actually just taking turns making insane plays on each other.